Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a heavy one, but it's a story that needs to be told. We're diving deep into the heart-wrenching reality of infidelity, exploring the devastating consequences of a seemingly unforgivable act, in the context of a marriage that on the surface appeared picture-perfect. Imagine this, Mark and Sarah. They were the couple everyone envied. The Instagram-worthy vacations, the adorable couple selfies, the perfectly curated life. They had it all, right? Wrong. Beneath the polished exterior, cracks were forming, silent tensions simmering beneath the surface. Little things maybe, missed anniversaries, strained conversations, a growing distance that neither of them quite acknowledged. But this seemingly perfect facade hid a secret that would shatter everything they built. This is the story of their downfall, and the unforgivable act that tore their world apart. We're going to peel back the layers of this seemingly flawless relationship and expose the raw, painful truth behind Mark's betrayal. We'll witness the moment Sarah discovers the devastating truth, the gut-wrenching discovery, the initial shock, the disbelief slowly giving way to a tidal wave of anger, hurt, and confusion. This isn't just some dramatic movie. This is real life, with real people experiencing real pain. We'll see it all unfold, from the discovery of the evidence, those little clues that in hindsight seem so glaringly obvious, to the shattering emotional impact it has on Sarah. Get ready, because it's going to be emotional. This isn't just about the affair itself. It's about the aftermath, the messy, painful, and often unpredictable fallout. We'll explore the explosive confrontation between Mark and Sarah, witnessing Mark's reactions, the denial, the eventual confession, the apologies. We'll see Sarah's powerful response, the raw emotion, the struggle to comprehend what's happened. This is where things get truly messy, folks, with arguments, tears, and the beginning of a long, arduous journey. Over the next few segments, we'll track the path of both Mark and Sarah. We'll see how the affair impacts their relationship, their families, their friendships, even their finances. We'll focus on Sarah's journey of healing, her path to self-discovery, her courageous steps towards reclaiming her life. And we'll examine Mark's choices, his attempts, or lack thereof, at taking responsibility, the consequences he faces, and the long-term impact of his actions. Ultimately, we'll examine the state of their relationship now. Did they rebuild? Did they separate? Did they divorce? And what have they learned from this devastating experience? Remember, this is a story about healing, about forgiveness, and about the enduring strength of the human spirit. It's a story of one woman's journey to reclaim her power and find her way forward. So let's dive in and explore this emotional journey together. And don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, always remembering to be respectful and mindful of others. If you or someone you know is struggling with infidelity, we'll leave some helpful resources in the description. Let's begin. So we left off with Mark and Sarah, this seemingly perfect couple, right? But beneath the surface, cracks were starting to show. Now buckle up, because this is where things get really messy. This is the moment everything changes. Imagine this, it's a Tuesday night. Sarah's scrolling through Mark's phone, something she'd never done before. A gut feeling, a nagging suspicion, leading her to this point. And there it is. A text. Not just any text. A series of flirty messages, maybe even a picture. The undeniable proof of Mark's betrayal. The world stops. The air thickens. Time seems to slow down. That's what betrayal does. It takes everything you thought you knew and throws it into a blender. For Sarah, it wasn't just a text message. It was a shattering of trust, a violation of her heart, the complete unraveling of everything she thought she had built with Mark. It's a punch to the gut, a gut-wrenching betrayal that leaves you breathless. She's physically shaking. Tears stream down her face. Not just tears but sobs, racking her whole body. The initial shock gives way to a raging inferno of hurt, confusion, and anger. It's a roller coaster of emotions. One minute she's furious, wanting to scream, lash out. The next she's numb, paralyzed by the sheer weight of what she's discovered. Then the waves of grief hit. Grief for the loss of her marriage, the loss of the future she envisioned, the loss of the man she thought she knew. It's a raw, visceral emotional onslaught, and it's utterly devastating. This isn't just about a man cheating. This is about the destruction of a life, a family, a future. This is the raw, unfiltered pain of betrayal. And this, my friends, is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface of the emotional turmoil that Sarah's about to face. But remember, even in the darkest moments, there's always hope for healing and rebuilding. We'll explore that journey together. So Sarah finally confronts Mark. The tension in the air is practically suffocating. You can feel it through the screen. We're building to this explosive moment, remember? She's armed with the irrefutable evidence, those text messages, that hotel receipt. The visual impact here is key. Think close-ups on her face, the trembling of her hands as she lays it all out. And then, Mark's reaction. This is the meat of it, right? Does he immediately crumble? Does he launch into a full-blown denial, throwing accusations back at Sarah, claiming it was a misunderstanding, a one-time mistake? Maybe he'll even try to gaslight her, twist things around to make himself seem like the victim. We'll explore all those possibilities, showing the raw, messy reality of the situation. Think flickering camera angles reflecting his shifting emotions, the subtle changes in his body language. We're showing, not telling here. But then the confession. It might not come easily. Maybe it's choked out between sobs, a broken admission that shatters everything Sarah thought she knew. Or maybe it's a cold, calculated confession, lacking any real remorse. His reaction is crucial here. Does he show genuine regret? Does he grovel? Or does he simply justify his actions? The way he acts defines his character. Sarah's response? Oh, it's a roller coaster. Imagine the sheer devastation. The betrayal so profound it feels like a physical blow. Maybe she screams. Maybe she cries uncontrollably. Maybe she freezes, speechless in the face of such a monumental lie. We need to show the raw, visceral emotions, the anger, the hurt, the confusion, the complete shattering of her world. This isn't about pretty visuals. It's about the chaotic, unpredictable nature of heartbreak. And then the fallout. This isn't a neat, tidy scene. It's a fight. A screaming match. Flying objects, maybe? Tears, accusations, desperate pleas for understanding that go unanswered. We need to show the raw pain. It's ugly, it's messy, but it's real. This is where the emotional impact truly hits home. The aftermath isn't just about the argument itself. It's about the lingering silence, the heavy atmosphere after the storm. It's the emptiness left in the wake of the destruction. The camera lingers, focusing on the quiet devastation, the wreckage of what was once a seemingly perfect life. This scene needs to leave the viewer breathless, feeling the raw intensity of the moment. And remember, we're setting the stage for the next stages of their journey. The road ahead is long and arduous, but it all starts here, in this explosive confrontation. So the bomb has dropped. Mark's confessed. The immediate aftermath is a whirlwind of emotions, a chaotic mix of anger, disbelief, hurt, and a profound sense of violation. It's not just about the physical act. It's the shattering of trust, the betrayal of a shared life. Think of it as an earthquake. The initial tremor is the discovery, but the aftershocks are devastating and long-lasting. In the short term, everything is upended. Arguments erupt, fueled by raw pain and accusations. Sleepless nights become the norm, replaced by tear-soaked pillows and a constant knot of anxiety in your stomach. Even simple things, like grocery shopping or watching TV together, become unbearable reminders of the broken trust. Friends and family are drawn into the drama, forced to pick sides or simply offer silent support, navigating the emotional minefield. Financially, the fallout can be significant. Legal fees, therapy sessions, maybe even a move. The cost of infidelity extends far beyond the initial act. And then there's the emotional cost. That's the invisible wound that bleeds slowly, silently eating away at your self-worth and confidence. You question everything. Your judgment, your attractiveness, your entire relationship. For Mark, the immediate consequences might be a desperate attempt to salvage the relationship, perhaps showering you with gifts or empty promises. Or maybe he retreats, overwhelmed by guilt and shame. But the short-term reactions are only the beginning. The long-term effects are where the true damage is revealed. Does he truly understand the depth of his actions? Does he genuinely take responsibility? Or does he continue to minimize his behavior, placing the blame elsewhere? His actions in the following months and years will define his character and the potential for any kind of healing. For Sarah, the road to recovery is long and complex. It's a journey of self-discovery, of reclaiming her identity and rebuilding her sense of self-worth. It might involve therapy, a safe space to unpack the trauma, understand her reactions, and learn how to heal. She might find strength in her support system, friends and family who offer unwavering support and understanding. But ultimately, the decision of whether to stay or go rests entirely with her. It's a testament to her strength, her resilience, her ability to choose a path that prioritizes her well-being, regardless of the pain. And that, my friends, is a powerful journey of self-empowerment. We'll delve deeper into Sarah's journey and Mark's consequences in the next sections. So the dust settles after the explosion. Mark's betrayal, the shattered pieces of our perfect life. It's all raw, isn't it? But this isn't just about Mark's downfall. This is about my journey. This is about Sarah's journey. And trust me, it's been a roller coaster. The first few weeks were a blur. A constant wave of nausea, insomnia. This overwhelming sense of being utterly lost. I felt like I was drowning, gasping for air in a sea of confusion and pain. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I barely functioned. The world felt wrong. But then something shifted. Slowly, gradually, a tiny spark ignited within me. I started seeking help. Therapy was a lifeline. Having someone to talk to, someone who didn't judge, someone who helped me unpack the emotional wreckage. It wasn't easy. There were days I wanted to give up, to just curl into a ball and disappear. But my therapist, she was incredible. She helped me understand my feelings, to process the betrayal, and to start rebuilding myself. My friends and family, they were my anchors. They offered unwavering support, a constant stream of love and understanding. They held my hand through the darkest nights, listened to my rants, and reminded me of my strength, even when I couldn't see it myself. Their presence, their unwavering belief in me, that was everything. The healing wasn't linear. There were setbacks, moments of doubt, days when the pain felt as fresh as the day I discovered Mark's lies. But with each setback, I learned something new about myself, about my resilience, my capacity for love and forgiveness, even for myself. Making decisions about my future was daunting. Every choice felt monumental, every step forward a leap of faith. But I started small. I focused on things that brought me joy, spending time in nature, rediscovering hobbies I'd neglected, connecting with my passions again. This process, this journey of self-discovery, has been the most empowering experience of my life. It wasn't about revenge or punishing Mark. It was about reclaiming myself, about rebuilding my life on my terms. It was about learning to trust myself again, to love myself again, to believe in my own worth. I discovered strengths I never knew I possessed. I found a voice I'd lost. And through the pain, through the tears, through the countless sleepless nights, I found a strength that surprises even me. I'm not the same woman I was before. I'm stronger, more resilient, and more self-assured than ever. This experience, while agonizing, has ultimately led me to a place of incredible personal growth and empowerment. And that, my friends, is a story worth sharing. So Sarah's journey to healing is powerful, but what about Mark? What happened after the explosion? Did he just disappear, leaving Sarah to pick up the pieces? Or did he actually face the music? This is where things get really interesting. We're diving deep into Mark's consequences, the aftermath of his unforgivable act. Did he take responsibility? Did he even try? Did we see genuine remorse? Or just a performance designed to win Sarah back? This isn't about judgment, it's about exploring the reality of these situations. We'll examine his actions, or lack thereof, in detail. Did he immediately cut ties with the other woman? Did he offer a heartfelt apology? Or did he try to minimize his actions, blaming Sarah or external factors? We'll analyze his behavior. Did he try to manipulate the situation? Did he gaslight Sarah to make her doubt herself? The next step, and honestly, the one that often makes or breaks these situations, is whether Mark sought help. Did he go to therapy? Did he attempt to understand why he cheated? Infidelity rarely happens in a vacuum. There are underlying issues, insecurities, and unmet needs that fuel these behaviors. Did he address those? Did he commit to self-improvement? Or did he simply hope the storm would blow over? It's crucial to understand that genuine change takes work, honest introspection, and a willingness to confront difficult truths. We're also examining the long-term consequences. Beyond the immediate fallout of the affair, what happened to Mark? Did he lose friends? Did his family turn their backs? Did his career suffer? These aren't just abstract concepts. These are real-life repercussions. His actions had a domino effect, impacting his relationships, his self-respect, even potentially his financial stability. We'll uncover the lasting scars on his life, showing the true cost of his choices. And finally, we'll see if there's been any lasting change in Mark's behavior. Is he a different person now? Did he learn from his mistakes? Or is he destined to repeat the cycle? This isn't about judging him. It's about exploring the potential for growth, the possibility of redemption, or the devastating reality of continued destructive patterns. We're asking the hard questions, the ones that many people are too afraid to address. This is the raw truth of what happens after the affair, from both perspectives. We'll show you the complete picture. So where are Mark and Sarah now? After everything, the gut-wrenching discovery, the explosive confrontations, the agonizing aftermath, what happened? Did they rebuild? Did they shatter completely? The truth is, there's no easy answer. Their story isn't a neat Hollywood ending. It's messy, raw, and real. We saw Sarah's journey, her struggle to pick up the pieces, to find herself again amidst the wreckage. We saw Mark's reckoning, or lack thereof, his attempts at redemption, or perhaps his continued descent. And that brings us to the heart-wrenching question: did their love survive? For some, the infidelity was a bridge too far. The damage, simply too extensive to repair. The trust, once a cornerstone of their relationship, was irrevocably broken. The image of perfect shattered into a million pieces, leaving behind a void that may never fully be filled. In their case, maybe divorce was the only option, the only way to begin the arduous process of healing and rebuilding their individual lives. For others, forgiveness might be possible, a long, painstaking process, filled with therapy sessions, painful conversations, and unwavering commitment to change. But even then, the scars remain. The memory of the betrayal will always be a shadow lurking in the background. Even if they reconcile, it will never truly be the same. That trust, once broken, needs to be carefully, meticulously rebuilt, piece by agonizing piece. And sometimes even that isn't enough. Sometimes the cracks are just too deep. Regardless of the outcome, separation or reconciliation, one thing remains clear: infidelity leaves lasting wounds. It alters the very fabric of a relationship, impacting not only the couple involved, but everyone around them. It questions the foundations of trust, loyalty, and commitment. It challenges everything you thought you knew about love. This isn't just about Mark and Sarah's story. It's a stark reminder, a wake-up call. It's about the importance of communication, honesty, and respect within a relationship. It's about understanding the devastating consequences of betrayal and the monumental effort required, if possible at all, to move forward. Trust is a fragile thing, easily broken, incredibly difficult to repair. Forgiveness is a personal journey, one that requires immense strength and courage. Moving forward might mean choosing a different path, a path that prioritizes your own well-being, your own healing, above all else. Remember, your happiness and your worth are not defined by someone else's actions. Your journey of healing and self-discovery is yours and yours alone. So we've seen Sarah's journey, Mark's consequences, and the raw, messy aftermath of infidelity. It's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? And while this video focuses on one story, one specific heartbreak, the truth is, betrayal cuts deep across countless lives. Infidelity is a devastating experience, and you're not alone if you've ever felt the sting of it, whether you were the one who cheated or the one who was cheated on. This isn't the end of the conversation, though. This video isn't just about Sarah and Mark. It's about all of us who've navigated these complex emotions. We want to create a safe space, a place where you can share your experience, your pain, your anger, your hope, whatever you're feeling. Think back to Sarah's story. Remember how isolated she felt at first? How much she needed support? That's why we're urging you to share your own story, anonymously if you prefer. We completely understand that this is deeply personal, and you might not want to put your name out there. That's perfectly fine. We want to foster a community of support, where you can connect with others who have been through something similar without feeling judged or exposed. This isn't about shaming or blaming. This is about healing, about recognizing that you're not the only one carrying this weight. Sharing your story, even anonymously, can be incredibly cathartic. It can help you process what you've been through, and it can help others too, simply knowing they're not alone. Remember those feelings of confusion, isolation, and uncertainty Sarah described? Sharing your experience can help validate those feelings. You can find strength and comfort in the shared experiences of others. And for those feeling lost, overwhelmed, or struggling to cope with the aftermath of infidelity, we want to provide resources. In the description box below, you'll find links to counseling services, support groups, and articles focused on healing from infidelity. These resources can provide the guidance and support you need to navigate this difficult time. It takes courage to reach out for help, but it's one of the bravest things you can do for yourself. Please share your story. Let's build a supportive community around this sensitive topic. Your voice matters, and your experience can help others. Remember, you deserve to heal, to find strength, and to move forward. We're here for you.